Welcome back, everybody, to Rimworld. So I've done a little bit of testing in between episodes to sort of see where we can take this series in regards to the amount of animals we can get and where we can take the series in regards to the science. Now, it's pretty tragic, I'll be honest, that unfortunately Rimworld isn't really built for many different colonists, like a huge... I'm sure many of you who have potentially tried having a base with hundreds of colonists, it just lags to shit. If you've tried having a lot of robots, I mean, as we've seen, kind of lags to shit. If you have a lot of animals... Fortunately, also lags to shit. The zoo idea, I will admit, in Rimworld was a little bit of a poor plan in hindsight because the game just isn't built for it. The animals are a little too complex with all the various different personalities, the different health, you know, tracking all the health for every single one of these animals, tracking all the body parts for every single one of these animals, their attitude, their food bars, all of that. It's just too much for the game to handle. The only way we'd be able to have a zoo in Rimworld, realistically, without it really being extremely slow and really unstable, would be to just play the base game and build a zoo out of that, which would be kind of a fun idea, I guess, at some stage, really go for the zoo thing. Unfortunately, it's just not going to work for this series, because we've got too much. Even just running the Jurassic Park and a few genetics mod would still make it slow down a lot. So, in hindsight, series was kind of doomed off the get-go. Now that I've done a little bit of testing in secondary save, I realise that now. But hey, I think we've had some pretty good fun with this, with the Jade Hotel and whatever. We are, I say this all because we are getting close to the end game. You know, we're getting close to, ultimately, like I said when we first went into series, I've always wanted to test out this, since it was updated with this, the genetic rim victory condition, see what you've got to put into it, see what exactly it involves. We've tested out, obviously last series we tested out, or a series before that I think it was, we tested out the town charter by martial law thing, which is obviously quite cool. I'm looking at all these different, I mean, essentially different win condition mods. Oh god, yeah, I remember now. Okay, it's all coming back to me. We're in the middle of a raid. We're in the middle of the raid. We were attacked by polar bears, who were then attacked by robots, which are now coming to attack us. Luckily, they've got tasers, so we've got range on our side, and we've also got, you know, lethal weapons on our side to some extent. We need to get everybody equipped. We need to get everybody equipped right now. We need to make sure that we are not going to be killed by a bunch of taser robots. Honestly, a whole army of taser robots, I don't really know what to expect. They could do a whole lot of damage. Can tasers penetrate armor? I doubt it, and I really hope they can't. But, I mean, this is going to be untread territory, I think. So, where's the game audio? Sorry. Remote, we good? Let me just give this a kick up the arse. There we go, that's a bit better. So, maybe there are mods that massively reduce down animal behavior so they just wander around and eat, and that's probably it. That would be kind of interesting. But with the amount of stuff we've got going on right now, maybe that series is possible. I'll take a look in the future and see if there is a way to build a proper little zoo, because I think it is definitely doable. As we've seen, people can still visit, they can still stay at the hotel, they can still see the animals and whatnot as well, so it's not all lost, but we're very limited in how much further we can take this to. Did I accidentally put them in the... Oh, shit, the holding area takes up in the raptor cage as well. I thought I put them in the wrong zone there. But, yeah, I mean, much past what we've got now will make the game run very slow. It runs pretty slow anyway, but beyond that, I feel like we're running into basically crash risk territory, which would kind of suck. So let's make sure we've tidied up this as well. We'll tidy up the rest of the animals we've got as well. Make sure they've all got little holdings. We could probably go a few more, too. Bear in mind, we do want to breed a few different dinosaurs, so maybe a couple of each of the impressive-looking dinosaurs, seeing as that was the whole point of the series. We'll get those set up as well. I think that would be pretty ridiculous for me to not do that in hindsight. Right, let's get everybody equipped. Let's get everybody equipped as soon as possible. Let's go deal with these guys. Many of you pointed out yesterday, I did see a comment that was like, imagine when the drop pods drop down and we're not wearing any armor, and at least we've got the weapons equipped now, I guess. But that I can probably see will be one of the ways we could potentially lose this campaign, would be if we did... Oh, shit, you're a skip. Come on, let's move you over there. Would be if we were to get drop pods like smack bang in the middle of here, or between us and the armory, or, I mean, anywhere in this location, to be honest, because then we genuinely wouldn't be able to get equipped or anything. Right, this is good. I do love these mechanized. I think these armor racks are going in just about every series we play from now, because they are just so good, aren't they? I think that the call about not putting the guns on the racks anymore was definitely the right one. Okay, so for the people who are ready to go, let's actually move you into position then, because these robots are probably closing pretty fast. They're down to the second half of the maze, so let's get everyone in position. So we could kind of line up down, I mean, any of these walls. I'm pretty sure we got some pretty long-range weapon at this stage. So we should probably also try and unequip these, what are they called? The JI-AMR rifles? I forget. Yeah, there they are right now. So we can get a charge driver. I actually started making some varied charge weapons as well. So sniper rifles, shotguns. So we've got the long range and the close range, and the sort of medium assault weapons dealt with, but that's going to be a while before that's ready. We'll just stick with what we've got for now, rather than upset the apple cart too much. Come on, Smudgeboggle. Come on, you're letting the team down here. Let's get Les Calfur, or however the hell I say that, into kind of a closer position. Oh, well, to be fair, the flame turrets can probably handle this whole raid. I don't know why I'm concerned. The unfortunate thing here is that we haven't been able to rebuild these walls, so they can now take cover behind it. They can get in here and they can shoot back at us. I'm hoping through some act of God. Oh, to be fair, they wouldn't be able to, though, because they've all bought bloody tasers, and the tasers have, like, absolutely no good range whatsoever. Obviously, some of them bought here, like AKs and sort of lever-action, bolt-action rifles there. But for the tasers, they're going to be completely useless. We've got to watch out for those mutaguns. We know how lethal those are. So those could be a real problem. How many have they got? It looks like they've only got one, though. So hopefully the armor, I mean, it does fire darts. You kind of assume that assault armor would be able to hold off a dart. Also, we've got the full set of assault helmets now as well, so I'm not too concerned about any sort of gunfire. Again, the tasers might be the real big thing to worry about here. Let's go, team. Let's go. Hopefully the fire, I'm thinking, will really slow them down. Oh, God, the obelisk as well. I completely forgot about that. We've got a real mixed bag of firepower. We've got these big, heavy rifles. We've got lights. We've got flames. We've got energy weapons. We've got just about every different ground covered in terms of offensive power. I'm going to keep on speed 4. Fuck it. I mean, there's not really much else we could do to influence. Oh, that is speed 4. Oh, this is what I'm talking about with the whole zoo thing, right? A little bit flawed from the get-go, but I think we're doing it. Is that my boom rat? No, it's wild. All right. I mean, this is working. They're having to go through the fire. They can't get close enough to use their tasers against us, unsurprisingly. I think we're probably going to get through this raid without taking a single bit of damage at the rate things are going. I don't know how robots burn either. I haven't really considered that. Does steel flame melt? Does flame turret melt steel robot? I'm not entirely sure. Well, apparently so, evidently. John reached up on 19 shooting. That's so mad. Just goes to show quite how many raids we've had recently. And they're fleeing. Well, great raid. Did they even do a single bit of damage? Well, the only person who's taken any damage whatsoever is John, and I think that's from... Yeah, that's why we were still fighting the mechanoids. Good fight. Well done. Now they're going to smash down my fucking doors again, for God's sake. Right, everyone go get yourself unequipped. Well done. That was a complete waste of time. Trashy, why haven't you taken your armor off? Trashy, you've just volunteered for a new round of gene therapy, my friend. So, yesterday I sort of realised that, I mean, we got Trashy to obviously inject himself with the Thrombo genes. He did nothing, probably because he fucked it up because he's a terrible medic. Why don't we administer it instead? What do you think? Trashy Megasloth or Trashy Elephant? I'm personally thinking Trashy Megasloth because that seems to have a lot more... I mean, Megasloths, if you fought them in Rimworld, are obviously kind of lethal. Their melee attack is quite high. So I think... Let's try administering it instead, because I have a feeling that's where we went wrong, getting him to self-administer it, and then, of course, he's not a doctor, so probably screwed that up. We'll get him unequipped, then we'll get him in a hospital bed and sort of see, Clinks, leave. Just standing around outside and within the armory for days on end. Get yourself washed up, Trashy, then we'll get you to the... You should automatically go to the hospital. Yeah, there we go. And then when John wakes up in a couple of hours' time, we'll give Trashy a little bit of Megasloth and see how it works. Now, again, we found out yesterday that we'll get a notification, a warning, when he's about to fully turn into, in what was it, in Slot Machine's case, a chicken, in Trashy's case... Hopefully a Megasloth. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Right, John gets to work. I mean, it's 6 a.m. This is not... Oh, God, it's still 6 a.m. Speed 4 is suffering, huh? Did that work? Did that do anything? It did. Megamorph. Oh, that's cool. That sounds way, way cooler. So now we'll wait and see what happens. I guess Megasloth is just... I mean, it was Truckmorph or something, whatever. Now it's called Megamorph. Sounds a lot cooler than it is Power Rangers. Okay. Now we'll leave young Trashy to start changing. We know that this how... Why are you wearing your armor? Unequip. For fuck's sake, the amount of times I press this... Okay, right. Let me... That's Stu. Why are you sad about that? Oh, God. 8 kinsmen. Oh. Wait. But we haven't had any chickens. How would you eat a chicken? Oh, maybe add egg in it. Maybe add chicken egg in the meal. Is chicken egg in the stew? Raw meat, corn, beef. I guess it's just any raw meat. Oh my God, I bet this is a problem with one of the optimization mods we got on. So any animal drops raw meat. So chickens technically drop raw meat, and all of our meals are made with raw meat, which is probably why Slot Machine, Natural Cannibal Shower Buff probably have a little bit of a problem with that. I don't know how far, I don't know if he cares, because, you know, he's not actually that much of a chicken, just has a beak and feathers, which does not a chicken make. Alright, I'm going to keep a very close eye on our good friend Trashy and just sort of see what happens here. Will you go down and equip your goddamn armor? Now we're just sort of waiting on some research to kick along. What can we do with our gene lab? That's the real question. So one of these is irrelevant, right? We've got a gene pod, then we've got an advanced gene pod. I assume they make the same thing. Yeah, they do. So it starts with Bear, Boomalope. This one also starts with... So we can get rid of this gene pod and move this one up instead. That makes a lot of sense. So we'll leave that where it is and move this thing down so we're not blocking so much movement. This thing can incubate thrombos and some crazy stuff. Reptile thrombo. That sounds so cool. We need to get some thrombo DNA, don't we? I don't know how I'm going to do that because we wasted our... How do we make more of the porn morpher stuff? Was it at the mutagenic lab? So mutagen production, mutagen... Can we make 3 mechanite slurry? Wait, we can just make mechanite slurry? So we can still turn... We can still turn Trashy into a... Can we make him like half Mega Sloth, half Thrombo? More importantly, we can inject our prisoners with this, turn them into full-blown Thrombos. And then we've got a way to get Thrombo DNA, and then we can just send... All we need is one little bit Oh my god, all these mods are starting to work together. This is kind of cool. So we need a prisoner. Then what about those robots? What about the robots? Capture these robots. Maybe we can inject these. I'm just thinking maybe the game's not smart enough to know that they're robots. So, here we go. Capture Cole. Smudgeboggle. Capture Reese. Naming it Nameface. Capture Harris. No more finishing. Only capture. Anyone else? That's it. 3 people. Turn them into, I mean, they're robots, so in theory it shouldn't work, but I don't think the mods are that smart to have I guess you probably can't operate on them with human stuff. Maybe that's how they've got around it. Either way, I'm sure we'll be able to buy some slaves or something from the passing trade ship, or maybe one of our colonists might volunteer to be turned into a thrombo and then cloned. We could do that. We could convert, like, or we could resurrect Ian Goldblum. We could resurrect Ian Goldblum. Bear with me, this is major war crimes. Resurrect him, turn him into resurrect him, clone his genome, so scan his genome, start making a clone of him, let him turn fully into a thrombo. We're going like Ripley Alien 3 style. Remember when they tried getting the DNA out of her? Sorry, Alien Resurrection. Tried getting the DNA out of her, she ended up like a weird hybrid. That's what we're going to do with Ian Goldblum. We're going to clone him as he's turning into a thrombo. Then when he turns into a thrombo, we kill him, we take his genes. Then it's Ian Goldblum thrombo genes that are going to fund our thrombo army. Then he lives on. His legacy lives on. This is extremely war crimes. I'm in. Okay. Oh, crack him open. Crack open the cold one with the boys. He is still frozen, right? We can still... I think we can still resurrect him. Okay, before we do that then, before we actually crack open Coldy and Goldblum, let's make sure we've got a resurrector mech serum built. So I'm going to go over to my drug lab. Was that where we make them? Mech serum. There we are. Make one of those. Put that on the list. This is fucked. This is fucked, but I love it. There's our first Thrombo Mutasyringe done. That's hard to say. So let's try and churn out a couple of those as well, because I think, you know, just being able to turn people into Thrombos is kind of useful. Again, we might be able to use it on this prisoners. I doubt it, but we can at least give it a go. All right, Trashy, how's the transformation into a Megasloth coming along, my friend? He's got a Megathrine arm. What does that do? Manipulation plus 10%, that's cool. And then he's also got a Megathrine tail, giving another 10% manipulation. Oh, because it's a prehensile tail, obviously. That's cool. Look at this. I think our boy Trashy's going to end up pretty goddamn good from this. We'll keep close on it, see how well he actually gets on with that. Okay, next thing to do then, Spleens, whenever you're free, would be to... What the hell are you carrying? Oh, one of the robots, right. Let's get on with the making... No, not Thrombo. Not Thrombo. I want the Resurrector mech. What are we missing for that then? We need... What are the ingredients? Sorry. We need 10 mechanoids, sorry, 50 Neutramium. We've got both. Why can't you craft it? 20 mechanoids, sorry, 100 Neutramium. We've got both that. Oh, just not enough skill, I assume? Right, because you're not our best crafter, of course. So we need to get our best, because I remember we spent ages trying to obviously build up the crafted. Chances are they might have lost some of their skill there. 16 out of 20. No, they've just kept it, luckily enough. So we get Glinks working on... Need more material. What the fuck do you mean you need more material? 20 mechanoids, sorry, 15... 20 mechanoids, sorry, 100 Neutramium. 103 Neutramium, 50 mechanoids, sorry. What are you talking about? Is it because... It's probably because you've got it reserved. Hang on. Try again. Round 2. Here we go. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Let's get this Resurrector mech. Ian Goldblum. You will live on. What's going on here? Cole has got infections in his heatsink. What are you, my PC? Let's get that... It's a little joke for the Discord people there. Okay. Let's sort this shit out then, because this could be a problem. Can we, more importantly, turn him into a fucking Thrombo? We can. Thematically... It's not really very cash money of us, because they are robots. Maybe we'll just use them as an incubator for the Thrombo genes. Maybe they're cyborgs, or some sort of bio-android, perhaps. I don't care. Either way, we're into a fucking Thrombo, so who minds? I mean, then we would have to... Do we have to tame the Thrombo? No, we just have to kill the Thrombo and then extract its genes when it's dead. This is big. This is actually so good. Right. Oh, do we not have the Maker Statue of Colonist mod? That's exactly why I wanted to build this bench so we could put colonist statues in. I'll have to go and get that before the series, because it doesn't make any goddamn sense that I wouldn't have that. Alright, how are we looking then? So, now let's make some more Thrombo injections, because we're going to need more Thrombo injections. What do we do with that Resurrector mech? Because I'm going to get Ian Goldblum resurrected right now, so we can work on that next then. Somewhere in this mech... There it is. Right, it's over there. Right, so let's go ahead and open him up. Let's get John to go and do that very briefly. Only John can handle Ian Goldblum, because, you know, they were good friends in life. Alright, Ian, you thought you were dead. You thought you were free from this mortal coil, the torment of this realm. You will live forever in every Thrombo we breed from now on. There he is. Just as I remember. That just indecipherable mass of pixels right there is our boy Ian. Right, let's get ourselves the... I have to use it, don't I? So we go use... use resurrector mech, and then we target good boy Ian. This is vile. This is vile, but I love it. Next step, then. We have to clone his genome so that we can clone another Ian. Very straightforward. All we do, we go in here, and then somewhere, I probably scrolled right past it, there it is, we want a genome sequencer. That will take his DNA. We could go brain scanner, but you got to remember Ian has a bit of a bad brain, because he's an old man. He's got a bit, I think, what was it, like dementia, something like that? He's got a bit of a dodgy brain that we probably don't want to clone, all things considered. So, we also need to make sure we forbid that body. You know what? I think we're fine. Hopefully John can get over there before the hauling bots do. Having a bath? Evidently not. Okay, let's try. John, we're in the middle of literally a resurrection here. I'm sure you want to be clean for it. It's probably some religious thing. I don't know. But let's just make sure that we're bringing this boy back. Let's not just leave his body there in the freezer. That's a bit macabre. Right, there we go. Resurrecting Ian Goldblum. Patient. Absolutely is. He's going to be very patient by the time we're done with him, because we're going to be doing all sorts of weird shit to his head. Welcome. There he is. It's like nothing ever changed. Resurrect him. Sorry, rescue him. We've already done the resurrect. Alright, well, I'm sorry to do this to you, Ian. I'm sure you deserve more dignity, but you know what? This is what he wants. This is what he would want for the colony. Oh, God, don't put the mechanoid corpses there. Shit. At least we've still got a mechanoid corpse. We've got that going for us, at least. Right, put that on the rack. And then when that's down, we can use that to clone Ian. So, Ian Goldblum, health, clone genome, sequence genome. There it is. And then we can start... Then we can actually start with the, Actually, do we want to even turn him into a Thrombo anymore? Yes. Or maybe we should turn him into something else. What? Okay, what else can we craft here? Bear with me. What else can we craft here? Husky, Megasloth, Thrombo, Warg, Wolf. We can turn him into an elephant. Mutaserum Powerful. What is that? Provide very powerful... I'm in. Don't know what that is. We're going to inject him with one of those. We're going to inject him with... We've got Thrombos. We've got people with Thrombo. Ian Goldblum deserves to not be just a Thrombo. He deserves to be the most powerful creature we can make him. That sounds ominous. I'm on board. Make Mutaserum Powerful is completed. It's got a little warning symbol on it because of... only Ian deserves this honor. Only Ian deserves this honor. Okay. I have no idea what this is going to do, but I'm really fucking interested. Do we let him go full board into the creature? Oh my god, he's come back without any of his problems. The Resurrector, the Mechanites in it must have rebuilt his brain as well. Oh god, it's like full-blown, Ian. Welcome back, Ian. Okay, I mean, he's better than he's ever been before. Powerful? Where is that? Power... How do I use that on him, though? Is it not on the... Maybe it's not. Maybe we haven't put it on the shelf yet. Mutaserum Powerful. Let me take a look at that. The unidentified serum has powerful effects dissimilar to anything else. These ones take longer and consume more hunger than other types of serum, but they provide very powerful creatures. How do I use that, though? Because it wasn't on the list. Maybe let's give it a second. Just wait for... Okay, genome sequence. We've got ourselves the master copy of Ian Goldblum. Very nice. Let's put that somewhere secret. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Let's put it in here. What's it called? I'm just going to type in sequence, because I'm sure that will find it, right? There it is. Sequence template. Perfect. Stick that on the rack. That's good. Let's set that critical priority. And then we should probably set everything in here to low priority. That way, if we do want things moved over there, I don't have to check every single shelf to make sure that it's disallowed. Okay, that's good. I'm pretty happy with that. Can we just lower the priority of everything? No, I'd have to change settings anyway. Okay, fuck it. Alright, next step then, Ian. How do we inject you with the powerful serum? I don't think we can. I don't think we can administer it. I think they have to use it on themselves. Maybe there's a chance for failure if they just use it on themselves, though. Unless we have to use it maybe like the Resurrector Mech, John. Okay, inject Mutaserum Powerful. If anyone's gonna do it, I think John. He's a cow. Cow's boring. He went to all this effort to build this entire colony. This is the fruit of his loins, not literally in this scenario, but figuratively. I think John, if you have to self-administer... Okay, Ian's back. Fine. Fucking whatever. Ian's back. That's fine. He's back. He's restored to full health. Welcome back, Ian. You could be the testbed for our evolved organs or something instead. That's the honor you get. I think John deserves to be more than just a simple cow. I think let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, John. I trust him and his medical skills as well to not fuck this up. Is it going to work? Oh my god, it did work. Megamorph changing. Oh shit, there we go. Wow. So it's the same as Trashy. He's got the Megamorph, but I don't know what that means. Let's see what goes on here then. John, you are going to be some freaky fucking hybrid. This is still on brand with Jurassic Park, by the way. Bearing in mind their whole genetic experiments, crossbreeding, whatever else led to them being able to find Jurassic Park. Some corners can't be cut. And this is the price we have to pay for such powerful big dinosaur creatures. Oh, God. Okay. I'm sure this is going to be... It's going to be interesting. How's Trashy doing? Let's take a look at him as well. Still only got his arm and his tail. It's going to take probably quite a long time before we get any progress here. We've got a long time to kill. You know, we've got still a load of other stuff. Oh, my God. We're going to get our mechanites next, aren't we? Which does make mechanoid crossbreeds. So we make mechanoid boomalopes. That we actually could do. Mechanoid chicken is fairly interesting. Mechanoid wolf. What else we got? Mechanoid cat. I think that's a mechanoid thrumbo. That one was kind of fun from what I remember. I'm looking at the alpha animal. Now, we do have some alpha DNA available to us. Bear in mind, we've got some alpha animals kicking around. We could, in theory, make it ourselves something called a boomalisk. We've got boomalopes. We've got alpha genetic material. So, we should also make sure whenever we get genetic material that we've always got one left in the stockpile, like a master copy. Because with the pulper, I believe it is, or the gene extractor, or one of these things, they allow us to... create more copies of it. There you go. Duplicate bear, boomalope, cat, chicken. These are the basis that we need to create more copies of. What do we do about Thrumbo, though? Like Thrumbo genes? How do we get those? Thrumbo genetic material. We can't duplicate Thrumbo genetic material. Really? That's going to make things difficult. Oh, what we also should do, as many of you guys pointed out as well, recombine genes gives us like a random product, right? Or something like that. There's some way we can get random genetic material. I don't know what bench it is because there's so many going on here. But one of them definitely lets us make random genes that we can sort of experiment with. I must be going nuts because I can't find the fucking workbench for it now. Stretch genes from important dinosaur, bear. What? Where is it? Sorry. Non-special genes. There we go. So any corpse, and then it's like in a gene, as it says there, use those in a gene recombinator to turn them into more useful materials. So let's get to our gene recombinator. We've only got recombined serums or recombined genes. Is that just, we make it and then it just makes a random gene, perhaps? I remember that used to be a mechanic, but I think they've renamed it since. I want to wait for all the research to finish as well, so we know exactly sort of what we've got going on here and sort of what is the best way to do things. Okay, bad news, but also kind of good news, because it means that Ian Goldblum has a reason again. The robots actually can't be turned by the mutaserum, so that does make a lot of sense. It's probably to do with the fact that they obviously have different limbs to what humans have, which makes a lot of sense. So that means that Ian Goldblum is back to being patient 1 for the thrombo injection, so good luck with him. It would look like as well... Oh, shit, we need to make some more thrombo genes now. It would... is that what the robot's doing? What are you doing, robot? Hello? Can you not? Let's make some more mutaserum then. The thrombo, there we go. Let's swap those over. So it would look as well that that John and Trashy have the same have the same upgrade. So I don't know why you'd ever want to craft the one that is more expensive and does the same thing as the one that the Mega Sloth does that's cheaper, but John is also getting the Megathorine arms, which, to be honest, are pretty good because they just give... I mean, they're not as good as, obviously, Bionic arms or anything, but they do give manipulation and whatever else, and he can still keep his cow legs, he's still got his spine and his exoskeleton suit. It's just an upgrade for John, as long as we remember to stop it. How's Trashy doing? Oh, God, he's got the legs as well. Are the legs better? Oh, manipulation plus 5%, but moving minus 5%. To be honest, for a guy sat in his arse all day doing science, yeah, they're better. They are genuinely better. That's 10% manipulation would give a slight bonus to his research speed, so that's not such a bad thing. Robot, stop this job. Robot, deactivate. So stop this job, and then I'm going to reactivate him, I mean, depending on where the fuck he goes. Oh, he's all the way from down there? God, this frame rate's really hurt my eyes. I'm sorry, it's making me really motion sick, because it's, like, sometimes really, really fucking stuttery. Alright, I'm pretty content to... just let them churn out... I don't want to churn out a few of those, just in case it doesn't work. Maybe there is a failure rate associated with the operation. I kind of forgot that was a thing with this mod, isn't it? That it doesn't always update very quickly. So, for example, if we try and find the thrombo injection here, it doesn't work. But over on this screen, we've got it available to us. So that was probably the same with John's... with the thing I administered to John, thinking you couldn't give it to patients, was probably just under this menu instead. Right, let's get Ian thromboified. Then he is going to provide the backbone for some of our greatest animals in the zoo. I don't like these crafting bots can make masterwork. I honestly installed this mod because I thought it would just be like shitty, like the shitty level bots. But the fact they can make masterwork gear is a little bit worrying, huh? Good luck, Ian. Thrombomorph changing. This is going to be interesting. We need to feed this guy a lot, then we need to make sure we've got people on hospital duty and whatever else. Otherwise, he's just going to starve to death the way we're going. Did any of the robots work? I don't believe... No, see, none of them have worked, so I'm kind of glad in hindsight that we did resurrect Ian. He hasn't gone to waste. That's always good news. Alright, so I've also moved the lab around a little bit. It turns out these things can be connected up to multiple different things, so it looks as if you can only install one on each machine, but quite clearly we can get a couple on them there. Trying to move the lab around a little bit so it makes a lot more sense, making room for this new workbench, which is very, very, very almost done. any second now. Then the next one is the start of the Archotech project. And like I said, that's the end game. That's the victory condition here. So I have no idea what that involves. I have no idea what to start with. Is this all... These count as bear genes, surely. That could be interesting. What can we do with that? Paragon bear? Can we do that? Come on. Paragon bear. Oh, it's not on there. Shit, that's a shame. Paragon bear would be awesome. Well, it is. Paragon... Oh, grizzly bear corpse. Fuck off. Is it just counting as grizzly bear? It's polar bear. Does not count? That's a shame. Oh well, I kind of want to. I'm gonna just automatically queue up one of each. Not the boomlope. We've already done the boomlope. I'm just gonna queue up one of each. That way, if we can do it, we can do it. Okay, and we'll just immediately get these when they become available to us. Paragon Rhino sounds incredible. That's just a meat tank at that stage. I mean, they already are meat tanks. It's just a big, more powerful meat tank. Is there anything we want from here? Organic pulp from a corpse. I mean, this is a bit shit, isn't it? The recycler not necessary at all. Fuck recycling. Mr. Beast will deal with it. What else we got on this one? I really want to make all of these, but again, it's going to be very difficult. Bear genetic material. That we can get. Polar bears have got to get bear genetic material. Bear in mind, they are bears. Bear genes. Information. What can we get out of that? One bear... What's the ingredients, though? Oh, that's duplicate. Sorry, my mistake. Let's try... Where's the gene extractor? Which one is that? This one? Here we are. Extract genes from a bear requires... it just requires a corpse, so it won't say. Okay, fair enough. Extract genes from a bear. To be fair, we should probably have all of these on always as well, right? And I should just do these forever. I think it's probably quite fair. Oh, except for that one. Extract, not this one. Or have that one on forever, but have it at the bottom of the list so that we'll always extract specific genes first. This is a good idea. Let's have all of these enabled maximum mode. I think I've semi-automated not only the production of all the genes and the duplications and whatnot, but also hopefully gathering some animals to be duplicated and crossbred and incubated in the first place. So I'll take you through all the various different things here, and you guys can feel free to point out all the mistakes I've made or if this will cause any problems. So first, extract genes forever. Do that forever. That makes sense for everything. And then we put at the bottom here, extract non-specialized genes from an animal right at the bottom of the list. So that will be done last. If they can't find a gene that matches, the animal will be chucked into just the generic masher there. Then I've set to make an incubator for every single animal on this list, starting with thrombos, because those are obviously going to be the coolest hybrids, and then ending with just boring things like, to be honest, I should have moved bears to the top. That's okay. But more importantly, the thrombos are at the top of that one. Then with this one, paragons, I'd love to make one of each, to be honest, but I think it's going to be very difficult. You know what, I'm just going to queue them up anyway. We'll just make one of each of the paragons, see what they're like. Besides the paragon boomalope, which we've already got, paragon pig, that sounds pretty good. We'll cancel that one. I'll just make one of each of those, because those I don't know how practical they'll be. Same with these, I've queued up one of each of those as well. Then over here, I've got it set to always have 10 duplicated. Now, I haven't put a pause limit on that, because I think it's fair to always have 10. That way we're never going to run out, huh? Besides that, though, it's a shame we can't queue that to go above... You know, these. We want this. Does this count as a particular work type? Intellectual. Oh, that's weird. See, I'd love for this to be prioritized over these. Now, there is a way we could do that. Weird stockpile management, we could do that. Have them set to a radius. So... Damn, how could I do that? Yeah, we actually can. So... You'd have one gene in here just to start the chain, then you put this one, duplicate, and then drop the ones from the stockpile straight on the floor into a new stockpile, which would be the same priority, so they're not hauled, and then have this one only use the genes out of the stockpile next to it, if that makes sense. Or we could use shelves and put a stat limit on it. I'll think about that between episodes, the best way to set that up, so that we've always got one in storage that will never be used by this. I mean, to be honest, just an area limit, I guess, would work out right. And then as they duplicate it, just chuck them on the fucking floor. That way... Will this work? I think this should work. I don't see why not. And then... Oh, I've got to put a limit on every single one of those. Okay, never mind. I'm not doing that. Fuck it. Alright, we'll cross that hurdle. I'll think of a much smarter way to do that in between episodes here. When we haven't got to worry about sort of time and everything else. How's Ian coming along? It's just changing. Just changing. He's got sickness and the change. I'm surprised that didn't actually kill him. Bear in mind his consciousness is... Oh, his consciousness is okay, actually. Just everything else is fucking with him there. How is John doing? He's got the Megathrone arms. And Trashy, have we had any more progress there? Just the arms and the tails. It was fuzzy now, apparently, on his torso. Very good. Minimum comfortable temperature has increased. That's very nice. Oh, the other thing I forgot to point out. Yeah, another part of the automation here is that I've set the manager up to automatically assign any animals on the map to be hunted that hopefully aren't tamed. I don't think you can hunt tamed animals, can you? Any animal on the map to be hunted. That's it. All maps, if they are all animals on the map, if they're reachable. Predators, herd animals, or exploding. Fuck it. Kill them dead. Now, you're probably thinking that's ridiculous because there's going to be constantly animals to hunt. You're right, which is why I've dropped hunting down to a tier 3 job, and I've also prevented, well, I've just dropped it down to a tier 3 job. So, I also sorted some of the other jobs as well. So, in theory, it won't ever be in front because it's going to be a constant job forever. Chances are we're not going to see any people in the quarry because instead they're going to be out hunting because animals, when they drop below a certain level, new ones will spawn, etc. But I've made sure that it's dropped below any other important job, and I made sure that no other important jobs are going to be superseded by it. So I've adjusted all the other jobs as well, sort of make sure it makes sense. So, I mean, if you just take along here, that you can see there are no other level 3 or level 2 jobs that are sort of infinite. You know, they're not going to be quarrying at level 2 priority forever and never get around to the hunting. So they can do it, just as long as they've got nothing else to do. So rather than the quarry, they're actually going to be out there killing things and getting nice things out of it. Now, none have been assigned yet because it only checks out every 4 hours, but in a second it will, you know, hopefully mark, we'll keep a close eye on it, make sure all these things are marked as being capable of being hunted. Growing leg is done. Incredible. That's never a pop-up I thought I'd see. So, finished natural leg, what do we do with that? Do we then extract it? Right, okay, so what was the plan with that again? We were going to mince it up for, I remember, we're going to mince it up for human meat. We're going to get the genes out of the human meat, because we need that for... Yeah, we need humanoid proteins. Was there not... How was I going to clone it? I was going to clone it somehow, was I not? Take it out and then mince it to see if we get humanoid proteins out of that, or turn it into meat and then extract the proteins from the meat. I don't honestly remember how I was going to do it in hindsight. Refinery. Can we make humanoid protein here? I feel like I'm going crazy. Oh, no. It was at the... was at one of these benches, right? Humanoid protein. No. Drugs lab? Drugs lab. Humanoid protein. There we are. Refined humanoid proteins. Right. 25 meat. Human meat, I would assume specifically. Yeah, ingredients human meat, right. So we just need human meat. And then what was I going to do with that? But that's only one humanoid protein. What do we need for those evolved arms? This is not a very sensible idea in hindsight. We might have to clone just a load of Ian Goldblums. We might have to clone a load of Ians. And then butcher Ians for evolved organs. Question is, how much is this going to give us? John, let's take it out. We'll send it to the butcher's table. Get it minced. Oh god, it's actually working. Look, my little line I built is working. War revenge. Oh, that's understandable. Hey, well, at least we know that's working as well. Oh my god, we're actually getting genetics. This is cool. Bear genetic material ×2. It's actually working. Can we now extract mechanoid genetic material as well? Dinosaur mechanoid. It's on there. Okay, absolutely move this to the top. Because, I mean, we can make potentially a mechanoid bear already. This is ridiculous. And we can eventually make a mechanoid thrombo as well. Such a great start. Such a great start. Can we do anything else? Have we unlocked any new crafting things from... Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. That's a shame. Can we duplicate mechanoid genes? I would assume not, because they're just mechanites, basically. Do we get any new workbenches as well? That's the next question. Not that I can tell. Yeah, not that I can see here. Tissue growing vat. Oh, we don't have one of those. Hang on. Tissue growing vat, as in for, like, growing... I mean, tissue generally refers to, I would say, human flesh, right? Huh. I feel like I might have overlooked that to some extent. Aiden, do us a favor and see if we can do that, rather than mincing up arms to see if it's possible to get humanoid meat out of that. So what we want to do then is we want to go back to our butcher's table. We want to mince organs forever, and then mince limbs forever, and then whoever our butcher is, we need to get them on that immediately and see if we can get some meat out of this. What have we got? No butcher? Dominique, you're on butchering again, my friend. Oh, we also need to make sure we're not butchering animals. Right, that's good. We're fine. Dominique, get to work. Mince me some human meat, my friend. Reserved by Gardener bot, did that say? The fuck? That looks like human meat. That looks like 25. And how much does that make us in terms of the protein? 25 meat per 5 protein. How much protein was it we need to make an evolved organ? This does not seem very efficient at all. 35? So we need, I mean, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We need 7 limbs in that case, right? Or is my math completely off? Each one gives 25, each one turns into 5. 5 is into 35 is 7. Yeah, we need 7. That's a bit dumb. We need 7, like, different body parts to mince up before... I suppose, though, the more people we replace with bionic limbs, the more limbs that we get out of it, the more people we replace with bionics or the evolved organs. It's not very efficient, though, is it? Oh, there's some warg DNA. There's some llama DNA coming in, too. This is working actually quite well. I'm liking this. This is a good system. This is not what I thought it would be. Human implant thrombo horn and thrombo skin. It's cool. Not really what we're after, though. What we are after is, we've got mechanoid genes. We've got a wolf genetic material apparently there, but I was going to say bear genetic material. I think a mechanoid bear hybrid. That sounds pretty lethal. Let's get our good friend John working on that immediately. There we are. Prioritize combining. This is cool. Okay. So what I've also done is I've set this area to be for our incubators. Obviously, this is the room that we're keeping fairly tempered so that the animals won't, or the incubators, I should say, won't end up going off because we've got them in a... Is this going to make a wolf bear? Yeah, he's going to make a wolf bear. I don't want you making a wolf bear, my man. I want you making a mechanoid. Oh, am I at the wrong station for that? Oh, I just didn't queue it up. Shit. All right, my bad. Hang on. Mechanoid, can we not... Oh, shit, you can't drag it over? Oh, I don't have to reorganize all this. Don't make me. Fuck. Okay, mechanoid bear, fine. Mechanoid buffalo, boomalope chicken, wolf, cat. Mechanoid cat sounds interesting. Rodent, insectoid, reptile, and thrombo. Do forever. Make me infinite of these boys. In hindsight, we definitely don't want to do forever, do we? Otherwise, we'd use a lot of mechanoid material probably on mechanoid bears rather than making our way down the list. So let's start this whole procedure again, right? So prioritize recombining. So you should start putting the stuff back into the station. There we go. Okay, then he's going to get the wolf. Stop. What the fuck are you doing? Don't do that. Mechanoid bear. Forbid? Cannot mechanoid thrombo incubator need material? I'm not asking you to make mechanoid thrombo. I'm asking you to make mechanoid bear, which we have obviously mechanoid and bear. Do we need more than one? Is that what I'm missing? Details. We need 5 mechanoid active components. Okay then. Whatever else it was, do that instead. That sounds great. What were we doing before? Bear wolf. Bear wolf sounds pretty lethal. I'm up for that. That sounds okay. You know what? It's not really what I was after there, but I'll take it nonetheless. There it is. Bear-wolf hybrid. Hopefully, we will see this tomorrow. Oh, God, we're bringing in llamas. Can we make llama crossbreeds? I'm not entirely sure that works. But some weird animals here. What the hell is that? Shock goat. We've brought in a Plathus hysterix. What is that you've just got there? Feline genetic material. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Okay, we're in weird land now. This is all out of my hands. These guys are just going to do it automatically. We don't have to worry about this anymore. Now, one thing I am doing, because the way Rimworld works is that all the animals will obviously spawn in this area because there's nowhere else for them to spawn. So as we kill the ones on the map, new ones will appear at the top here. Now, I'm thinking just in, like, for example, say this thing were to attack Aiden horribly and maim him, which it did, by the way. What I'm thinking is let's build some turrets up here. That way, if the animals attack back, we have backup, so that, you know, Aiden isn't going to be fighting genuinely a crocodile with a hammer. Not ideal. Not ideal. So this is just meant to help those guys out a little bit. Plus, it will obviously work against raiders to some extent. It won't be too effective, but it's there. Thank you all for watching. Today is overran horribly, but that's because I've been getting into horrible, horrible, horrible war crimes. And honestly, what's the point of playing Rimworld if you don't do that at the end of the day? Thank you. And a big thank you as well has to go out to the insane top tier level patrons, without which this series and the channel would not be possible at all on YouTube in 2019. Big thank you to Aiden W, Alchemia, Anthony Gaulier, Sony Kirito, Atmosis, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Ben Hofflin, Chesty, Croesus, Donald, Dulan of Gonlin, Fecunda Vasquez, Ghost of Protocol, Gogula, Sarik, James Shade, Jimbo, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Caden Carter, Michael Mullen, My Name Isn't Dio, Muskratful, Natbuskus Number 1, Necrofin, Palvis Presley, Rodin, Richard Clark, Scott, Skaz, Smegma Stain, Somnus, The Forsaken One, T-Bag Cruz, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Backers, Void Prince Kibo, William Green, and Zazzy7011 for the support the insane tier levels on Patreon. Big shout out to these guys for making the series possible in the first place. Without you, we would not be here. None of us here for today. You guys are keeping life on this planet alive. I didn't want to be the ones to tell you. It's a lot of pressure, but someone needs to. Thank you. Thank you, guys. And a thank you as well to Uwu Daddy, Astro, Anna Person, Andrew Walsh, Andrew Wilson, Anchor, Attila, Austin Taylor, Baldoon, Ben Trope, Wen Gunn, Betimus Max, Better Valerian, Black Double H, Chris, Corgi Circus, Corey CA, David Van Diepen, Don, Connie 217, Emerald Beam, Exploding Knees, Gaz, Genji Zerka, Gotham O. Grey, Haji Damar, Icarus, Isaac the Grey, Ida C, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, James Barnes, James Shea, Jackson P, Jay Lara, Jacob Wolfie, James Barnes, Jason Sushu, Jose, Jeebus Crust, Euron DeVries, Jordan Campbell, Joseph Beard, Justin Plott, Justin Walters, Llewellyn Thomas, Luke Wallace, Mustolp, Monty, Mostly Sampson, Nathan Flores, Nathaniel Lindbergh, Norstrus, Nick, Noah Gallimore, Organised Confusion, Pan, Samu, Panthpearl, Payback 1 through 7, Payton Dinosaur, Russian Oligarch Billionaire, Brian Hooper, Sagataire, Sam Keir, Shari, Smirtworm, Smooth Octopus, Socrates, Super Nanny 089, The Insane Pickle, The One Ring, Valonkary, Varagon, Voodoo Mumbo, Will Wade, Wilson Atef, Wolfie, Yellow 4, Yorker, Zach, and Zico 2. Thank you guys all for your support over on Patreon.